Welcome to the Indie Corner, where we talk about all things independent comics, specifically the greatest super comic book in the universe, Robert Kirkman's all new, all awesome Invincible. I'm Mikey.
I'm Christian.
And I'm Demoan.
And today, people, we're back at it again with another new episode, episode 14, which is going to cover volume 11, known as Happy Days. And I've seen a little bit of that sitcom. And that is going to cover issues 54 to 59, as well as an extra issue that's gonna tie in after 57, which is a part two of the Astounding Wolf-Man number 11. So a book that we've been really eager to go back to, right, Christian? Right, Matt? Sorry, Matt's not here.
Sure, whoever here, you need him.
Yeah, exactly. Very unreliable. But
unlike Demoan, yeah, he pulls through all the time.
The entire time.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, I'm excited. So it's going to be some good stuff. This is essentially the lead up to our first event, people, that we're going to talk about next week, and I'm so excited because I've talked about it enough how much I love this event. So yeah, it's going to be some good stuff. It's going to be some good stuff. And just for our audience, I was just talking to these two, or a little bit ago. I forgot that there were chapters in Invincible. So issues 1 through 30 was the beginning chapter. Issues 30 to 53 was the middle chapter. And now with this new episode, starting from 54, we're in the new chapter of Invincible called The Age of War. And so as you can tell, shit's about to go down in this chapter of Invincible. So I can't wait. But yeah, so let's get into it. Christian, you want to talk about issue 54?
No.
No?
I want to talk about Hanukkah, right?
Hanukkah.
Happy first day of Hanukkah, everyone. Woo! Type down in the chat, who's your favorite Jewish person? Mine is Danny Sexbang from Ninja Sex Party. It's a band. He is Jewish. Mikey, who's yours that isn't Adam Sandler?
It's Adam Sandler.
And Demoan, what about you? Who's yours that isn't Adam Sandler?
Anne Frank.
Yeah, I mean that worked. I'm happy you didn't go with, Adam Sandler's dad like we did before.
I forgot about him.
Yeah. Also, Jesus, he was Jewish until he wasn't. Yeah.
I mean, he was always Jewish.
Actually, no. My favorite Jewish person is Moses, because he'd be parting seas. So
yeah. He was also played by Snoop Dogg in an epic Rap Battles of History episode.
Yes. So my real answer is my favorite Jewish person is Snoop Dogg.
That's valid. Very valid.
Glad you mentioned this, Christian. Happy Hanukkah. Happy first day of Hanukkah to our Jewish fans. Hope you get a lot of presents and stuff throughout the next 8 days.
Yes.
I hope your celebration is happy, filled with mirth.
And latkes. A whole lot of latkes.
A lot of latkes. All right, Christian. Pick it up.
All right. So, starting off, issue 54. We're going to pull up the thingy. Yeah, issue 54. If you remember, the Time Bros. I don't really think that's their real name, but they look the same. And they also do kung fu with their superior future kung fu abilities. The story begins in France. Eve and Mark are at a very lovely date, but they're interrupted by the kung fu boys from the future trying to save the future. Mark, obviously frustrated because last time we saw them, they were in a bit of a tussle over the Declaration of Independence. But now the kung fu
cage.
Exactly. But now they come bearing desperate need of help. So Mark decides to leave Eve to go into the future and help the Kung Fu boys out. And Eve's like, all right, bet. But, I don't want to be on this date, because we're in a relationship now. It says so in issue 53 and before. She said that, by the way. And before Mark leave, Eve was interrupted by someone. But we're gonna ignore that. Mark goes with the future. He also meets himself stealing his clothes. This isn't it, but this is. Oh, it is it. Yeah. Steals his clothes, gets confused. Kung Fu boys are like, don't even fucking worry about it, man. We're just moving on. Um, they so move on. Kung Fu boys explain the situation. Evil King in the future. Evil King gone mad. They went back in time to pick up the Declaration of Independence in order
Right.
to
Because
steal.
that was the document that frees them all.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the document that
We
will
have
free
to
them
remind
all.
our king that we have rights.
Yeah.
Right.
Because obviously, if we know anything about a king that's corrupt with power, is that he respects individuals' rights. But rather than doing that, the Kung Fu boys decided to take the ink from the Declaration of Independence and turn it into poison. What?
Oh shit! They made ink out of poison.
No, they made poison out of ink, Demoan.
Oh, my God.
It's okay, buddy. In the spirit of Hanukkah, I will forgive you this one time, but you're on thin ice. So that's the reason why, of course, that's the reason why that they stole a historical document. But they get arrested. Once they get arrested, Mark's like, should I square up with these guys? Kung Fu boys are like, nah, this actually could be good. They'll bring us to their leader, our leader. It'll be great. Turns out, actually happens. Mark meets the king, and it's immortal. Aged up immortal. Wait for it to. Yeah, look at him. All bearded and ugly and
I like the
sad.
design.
Yeah, it really. They aged him up. I don't know why, since, he's immortal. I guess not that immortal, after all.
Also,
I think
sorry for our audience. There may be some technical difficulties with Wi-Fi and stuff, so just be wary of that.
And my Wi-Fi?
No, it's probably mine.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because it happened last time, so.
Yeah. So, Immortal brought Mark in, saying, "Oh my God, it's so great to see you, man. Please kill me. I want to die. Like, this shit's been horrible." And Mark's like, "I don't. What's happening? What?" Immortal explains the whole situation that Mark was originally the ruler of Earth and gave the responsibility to Immortal a couple years ago. But over time, he went mad and started losing his memories. And now all he wants is death. And the reason why he became a mad king is so his people can figure out a way to kill him. But his people are dumb bitches and couldn't do it. So he's asking Mark to be like, can you please just rip me up and scatter my body parts so I could die in peace? And Mark's like, this is weird. I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with it. And then Immortal's like, all right, I'll punch you. And I'll tell you how I killed babies and women. And Mark's like, good enough for me. And just rips this man's head off.
Dude. Shit is unreal.
Yeah. It's like he was ripping a man's head off. I'm sorry, I tried to be smart. I was bad.
Your nuance knows no bounds, Demoan.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. So, Immortal is dead as he can be. And after he murks him, he takes a minute to mourn the fact that he just killed his friends. Kung Fu boys come in, be like, "Oh, you did it! Great job! Time to go home." Mark's like, "All right, I guess. I'm sad." And then the Kung Fu boys were like, "I don't really care. Let's just bring you back at the exact point that you left." So they went back to the exact point that they left. Eve's like, "Oh shit, it's only been like a second." And Mark's like, "Yeah, time travel. I'm sad. Talk to me. Am I a bad person?" Eve's like, "Nah, you're good." And then they have this really cute gay montage where they love each other and they go on a date around the world and blah blah blah. So ends issue 54.
Wait, question.
What?
I have to ask this question. Christian, I
What?
have to ask this. Was
Alright,
this
what?
all just one really long date, or was it
Obviously.
several separate dates?
Oh wait. Yeah, that I think it's just one really long tape. But now that you
It's
mention it, it could be just multiple. But they're
nah,
wearing the same thing.
nah. How would it? You brushed through that shit so quickly,
What
but
did I miss? What did I miss?
nah. I mean, it's all the same date. They're just going all over the place because in last issue, he basically said, "Yeah, we're gonna go like to Paris and then go to Antarctica, then go to space and go to then Australia and all that stuff." And he basically Kirkman's reminding, like, just like this is also a reminder. This page right here that like Kirkman remembers, he doesn't forget. So they're going to all the places that he talked about, and then the next page is essentially just like they're just it's like a physical, it's like
A
a visual
history,
representation of like
their
all
history.
of their history together from the beginning till now, and then essentially coming to the realization that like they just go up in the sky and just like I love you, and he's like I love you too, and they kiss. That's how it ends, Christian.
You're right. I did write down that they say I love you. Yeah.
He breaks out the L word, lesbians.
He does. Yes. Yes, they are lesbian together. They're in lesbian with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
any
obvious, yeah, I gotta put in obviously that I think um there has to be some correlation with the Declaration being poisonous to mortal that Kirkman has to explain, like what the actual fuck.
I
We
mean,
know that he was the president once. He was Abraham Lincoln,
yeah.
you know, but
I mean,
I want an explanation.
I have no idea. I can't. Maybe if it does come up, perhaps. But like, I honestly don't remember. But it's Kirkman, so we'll see if it ever does come up.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep a specific eye out.
Yeah. Listen, we were right about the trash bag.
Mhm.
So anything could happen.
Yep.
All right. But any thoughts on issue 54, people? It's good stuff. I really like it. I literally like this issue. Reminded me why Invincible and Eve are like one of my favorite couples in comics. They're great.
I think it was nice foreshadowing uh, with Mark feeling like, am I going to become my dad with the whole interaction with Old Immortal, where
Yeah.
he kind of hinting that Mark was a dictator, maybe at some point, some form of ruler over the earth. And he didn't really go into
I don't
depth.
think it was that. I think Immortal just said that like Mark left Earth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he ruled it. We don't really know. But
He was Mark was the one, quote unquote, left him in charge.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah, but
maybe.
Old Immortal was good. I liked Old Immortal. That was a good twist. I was like, oh crap, Old Immortal. That makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah. And then the time, what are we gonna call these two? The time traveling Kung Fu brothers?
The Kung Fu Boys.
Um,
The t-
the
Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee
time,
in the future.
the time
the
warp duo?
time team.
Time
Back to the Future if it was Asian.
Back to the Kung Fu film.
Yeah, Back to the Kung Fu future.
Nah, this is good issue, and like, and especially like these pages right here, dude. I love this page a lot. Thought it was fantastic. Like, I love how like Kirkman just like, okay, Ryan, show just I want you to just draw just them getting just a connection. That's all I want to see. Go off, and that's what this page is, and I love it a lot. It's great.
I think that's actually a really apt description of it.
Yeah.
I thought it was cheesy, but now I feel bad for thinking it's cheesy because that was a very nice way of looking at it.
Yeah. Because you have them two on each side of the page, and then just the history. I loved it a lot. Yeah. But yeah, it's a good stuff. and fucking just Mark ripping Immortal's head off and just like, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. It's just like the funniest thing ever. I was like, he just nonchalantly ripped his head off, and then like it reminded me of like last episode where we're just like, how many kills do you need to become a serial killer? So far, and thanks to Taylor, she said 3 events needed to be a serial killer. Mark has killed 2 people.
Getting closer.
It's 2 events. The 2 events.
Wait,
He's killed more people than he has the most events of killing than Oliver so far.
Are you counting the time where he fought Omni-Man and the people that died in there?
No, like him directly killing people. So like Angstrom, even though we know that Angstrom's still alive, but like we thought he died. But then Mark still thinks he's dead, so that counts. And then this one with future Immortal.
He's getting close.
Getting close.
Yeah. Should we?
Any more thoughts?
Mm-mm.
Good stuff. It was a really good issue. I liked it a lot. I love Even Mark. They're great. All right. So the next issue, Christian?
Yeah, issue 55. I'll go a little bit slower because this I enjoyed quite a bit. Yeah, this was a fucking issue, bro. Oh my fucking god, dude. All right.
As you can see from the cover, shit's about to go down.
I've been waiting for this issue, man.
Shit's about to pop off, bro.
Yes. We're gonna see Allen at his peak, bro. We're gonna see what he could do. So
another Allen episode.
And Matt's not here.
Funny. If only we could do episodes where he has his favorite. Oh, wait a minute. It's this one. Damn, Matthew. God damn. And he still
ruined Hanukkah for all of us.
He still hasn't texted me back after I said he ruined Hanukkah for me. Honestly, a dick move. All right, yeah. Enough venting. So, even Mark come back from said date. House empty. Teenagers alone in the house. You already know what's gonna happen. They're gonna fuck. But since this is a family comic book, we're gonna go to Allen the Alien, so we don't have to see that.
Right.
Well, yeah, I love it when he does that. That's so funny.
Every time it's just about to go to sex, you already know it's gonna be like, oh, it's time for Allen to come in. Can't wait.
That's right. Because Allen is the opposite of sex.
Yep.
Yeah. He is the wholesome boy.
Yeah, he is a good Christian boy.
Yeah, even though he doesn't look like it now because he's arrested, he is a very good Christian boy.
Because he's arrested for the right reasons. And I think for him.
Mm-hmm. To save the universe.
This is a cool page, by the way. I love this page.
And I really love every time, which is classic comic book narrator style. God, there's so much to like about Allen. So good. Yes, Image Comics presents Allen the Alien in Lockdown, but not out. It's even have a cheesy title.
That's how you know it's superior.
Yeah, that's how you know it's good. So the story begins with a quick recap of what happened. They summarize it in 2 panels, which is very good. Yeah, Allen got his face punched in by a Viltrumite female. He let her win. Yeah, Vanessa. He let her win because, you know, he's a gent. And also he wants to go to prison in order to see Nolan. It works. They get to prison. They have a nice little chit-chat through telepathy in the prison cell. And Allen vents a little bit about his girlfriend, Telia, and how, golly gee, he just wants to marry her, but he can't.
Because she's not one of him.
Because he's not one of him. A whole Romeo and Juliet thing, and it's super sad.
Gene pool's low for his race, so yeah, we can't fuck.
Gotta repopulate. But I love her. Sorry, Allen. You gotta fight with your responsibilities. And then Nolan, being a fucktard, being like, yeah, I miss my wife too, even though I was a complete dick to her.
He's like, I have feelings, I think, but like I think these are feelings.
Yeah, I
I
think
hate
I
it.
don't.
Like, kind of an ass at this point.
Yeah, kind of pissed me off. It's like you don't know how much she cried over you, man. You don't know. It's super sad.
She's literally out here having existential crises because her husband literally said, "I don't love you."
Yeah.
Like, back off, bro.
Back off, bro. So they become friends in the cell, and Alan starts to worry. Like, can he save him? Is this gonna succeed? I don't know. But guess what? Of course it does. Like, they tried killing him so many times, and he doesn't even care.
Dude,
He doesn't
that shit
have
was wild.
shit. Yeah,
They literally cannot execute this man because none of their shit works.
they tried crushing his head, failed. They tried shooting him in the heart with a laser, failed, got nothing.
Because he's a god.
Because he is, in fact, a god. But Nolan's time for execution has arrived, and Alan finds this to be the perfect opportunity. He breaks out of his shackles, as a good Christian boy would do. He gets ready to fucking fight. He kicks down the door. He liberates all the other prisoners. And this cute little thing where he does this checklist. I'm going to read it directly to you. Step 1, cause damage. Trip alarms, create distraction. Step 2, free the prisoners so they can cause even more distraction. Note to self, combine step 1 and 2 in one step if possible in order to save time. Step 3, scan prisoners as they escape. Yeah, what?
Should that be like a 0.5 step, like a 2.5?
No, the whole point is to decrease the amount of steps. So technically there's only 2 steps because he's that efficient.
Word.
Yes. So it's step 1, step 1.5, and then step 3. Because that's how math works. Yes. He liberates the prisoners. And if you guys remember, old villain, Battle Beast comes in.
Our boy!
Yep, our boy. Didn't expect to see me personally. You guys told me I was going to see him. Didn't expect to see him here.
Exactly. I literally, I think it's like today I went back and watched, what was the episode? It was one of the former episodes. And then I literally was just like, yo, we all know when Robert Kirkman puts something in a portal, it's going to come back later.
And so
I totally forgot that he came here. I was like, holy shit, it's Battle Beast.
So, yep, Battle Beast. He is here to fight. Alan asks for his assistance. Battle Beast like, just give me something to punch, bro. I don't even care. And Alan's like, all right, cool. We shift to Nolan being punched in the face by 2 Viltrumites, and they are enjoying it. Apparently, this is a very sacred form of ceremony, and Alan interrupts it with a cute little one-liner. Anyone home? Look at him. He's so cute.
Dude.
I love him so much. Interrupted. They stop. Apparently, Battle Beast has seen this race before, and he is very excited to fight him.
He's been looking for his ultimate race to fight. He needs
exactly.
He hungers a good battle.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And Battle Beast just primarily focuses on one specific Viltrumite, while Alan and Nolan kind of carry the rest of the team by finding guards and that other Viltrumite. And Alan uses his big old advanced boy brain, decides to check if his enemies could breathe in space. So he opens up a hole in the side of the spaceship. Apparently they couldn't, whittling down quite a bit of people. And his cocky little self being like, yes, good idea. But then he forgot about the Viltrumite, and he's getting punched in the face. Very sad, very, very sad. They have this nice little backstory about this Viltrumite. He doesn't have a name, but since he's so powerful, he should have had a name. Get you to know what kind of enemy they're up against. He's a formidable foe. So Nolan, Alan, one super satisfying punch later.
They straight throw fist this man.
Decimates him, yeah. By the power of their friendship, just straight murders him.
Dude, I loved this page. I was like, yo, they bro-fisted this man.
Yeah. And
God, his face.
yeah, look at this shit-smelling face Alan has. Just like, can I do that?
I was like, oh shit.
Oh fuck.
And then, I love how like Alan just the nose like, yo, how fucking strong are you? And he's like, really strong.
I'm very strong. Oh yeah. Battle Bestiality is still fighting the other Viltrumite guy. He's doing a pretty decent job. What?
He wants more.
He wants more fighting. He just screams more.
I love this so much.
Yeah.
It's so great.
The third panel, very nice.
Dude, he's just
very
like, more. I
What
need more.
Yeah. Very intimidating.
I've been waiting for this day.
I've had a hard-on for this day my entire life. Well, Battle Bestiality is doing that. Alan and Nolan are talking. Alan says, oh shit, I need to get my gear quick. I need that information that you had on your book. Let's hurry up and do it. And Nolan's like, you could take your time. We discover that the reason why it took so goddamn long for Nolan to get killed was because they were waiting for Viltrumite to be available. Reason being, there's only 50 pure blood Viltrumites left in the universe. And that's a secret they've been trying to keep. But now it is exposed to us. This is how they're going to beat them. With numbers.
I love this.
Or is it how they beat him with love?
No.
No?
Now let's not roll this out yet, Mikey. Let's not roll that out yet. By the power of love.
By the power of Grayskull.
I have the power.
Sorry. So this should be enough time for Mark and Eve to finish cunnilingus. We cut back to their home. Mark's mom hears some noises and decides to investigate, teenage stuff. And she's a little sus, thinking, my son clapping some cheeks. Better not interfere. And they continue their cunnilingus. So ends issue 55 of Invincible.
Yo, I could have just imagined like she goes back to sleep and then just wakes the fucking house shaking and Mark be like,
like the entire house.
I mean, listen, it seems like Nolan knows how to sling it better than his son.
What?
Nolan knows how to sling it better than his son. That's all I'm saying.
I don't like it.
God. But yeah, so thoughts on 55 people? This was probably my favorite issue. One of my second favorite.
Yeah, I specifically wanted this issue because I loved it so much.
Dude, Alan returning, seeing our boy Battle Beast. Last time we saw Battle Beast, it was issue 19, and now we're in issue 55, and he finally comes back.
That's so long. He's so good about bringing stuff full circle.
Word. Yeah, it was good stuff. I mean, stuff with Alan's great. I love the escape, especially with Battle Beast, with the prison. That twist with the population counts, I thought was okay. Yeah, that's awesome. That makes sense.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I didn't expect that either, and it makes sense why like we didn't see a lot of Viltrumites throughout the whole thing so far. So, yeah, it's good stuff. And plus that end scene right there with them, like, all right, they're done. Let's get back to Mark and Eve now. It's great.
Yep. Mom, don't open the door. You're gonna let all the stank out. I really liked how Alan and Nolan became friends.
Yeah.
Very sweet.
They're like homies now, and it's great.
How do you feel about Seth Rogen voicing Al for the cartoon? I think it is a perfect casting.
Dude, it's perfect.
Yeah, I love the idea of it. It's great.
It is. Oh God, if this would probably be like second season. I think this would happen. I need to hear him say the checklist like when he escapes.
I need to hear Alan with his laugh. It'd be
Dude,
so great, dude.
dude, it'd be so great.
Dead. The classic. We love you, Seth Rogen. I'm sorry, I can't. Is he Jewish?
Yes,
He is?
He
I
is.
thought he was.
I don't know. I don't remember actually.
Jewish? Seth Rogen. Jew? Question mark?
Demoan, have you have any thoughts on issue 55?
Seth
I
Aaron
enjoyed
Rogen.
55. Obviously Battle Beast was there. Gotta love Battle Beast.
Yeah, he is Jewish.
It was an Alan the Alien issue, so it was just better than most issues already.
That is true.
Gosh. And
Dude.
I love Strong Alan. Strong Alan is the best Alan. It's a fact.
He's so beefy.
Aki, man.
Meat, man.
Yeah, but dude, like, shout out to Seth Rogen, our one of our favorite Jewish people who is voicing Alan the Alien. There we go.
Happy first day of Hanukkah, Seth
Happy
Rogen.
first day of Hanukkah, Seth Rogen.
Yes, specifically to you. You're my second favorite Jew.
All right, but yeah, any other thoughts? I mean, it's good stuff. It's a great issue. We love to see it. My favorite page is just the bro fist punch. That's awesome.
That's a friendship bro fist right
it's
there.
Like this page, and then this one was my favorite. It's like the Battle Beast surprise. I loved that because I literally forgot that Battle Beast was in this book.
Just love him so much.
Yeah. Issue 56? Question mark. All right. We begin issue 56
Great
with
cover,
Mark.
by the way. I love this cover.
Yeah. He's doing kind of something sus.
Listen, it's an all new, all awesome Invincible with a darker costume, so shit's about to get dark.
Oh, edgy, because we know he's going through stuff if he has a dark and cool color scheme.
Word.
Yeah. Issue begins morning after the cunnilingus. He is passed out from her ass cheeks being clapped aggressively by Superman.
Like, wait, I can imagine she literally is just waking up
from like a coma.
Just like she's just like, what the fuck?
Like Mark being a little bit of a creeper, staring at her while she sleeps. She's into it, yeah, because it's Mark. He could do anything creepy and be about it. Because look at him, he's just a cute little dreamboat, isn't he? Yeah. They talk about how Mom totally heard them, which she totally did, and they start getting dressed. What?
She did.
She totally did. Yeah. She knows. She's cool with it.
Cool with it and doesn't want to address it are two different things.
That's very true.
Listen, obviously she heard it because all she could hear was the whole night. So
Mark would never say something like that.
He wouldn't. Be funny.
Say schlong like a gentleman. Who's got that schlong? Who got that good schlong? They have a conversation about how they can't, be fuckling in their parents' house anymore, and they should really figure out how to get jobs to get money. And little shit boy Oliver knocks on the door, comes in.
He's not a shit boy.
He murdered 2 people. And he sticks his head in to give Mark the
child. You have to forgive him his mistakes.
God. How did I become the voice of reason when I started out as the crazy one on this? Mark gets a phone call. He doesn't explain who it is or what's happening to Eve, but it seems pretty urgent. He gets his suit. He flies off. Oliver's upset because he was supposed to be trained by him today, and Mark's canceling, and they were all supposed to have a date with Eve that day, but he's also canceling with that, and he's off. And Eve leaves too. Mark's mom's like, fucking knew it, that slut.
Yeah.
flies off. And then Oliver's like, fuck you, Mark. I'm going to fight crime too. My own adventure. Little fucking kid Omni-Man. First solo adventure. All day, every day. 2021. Whoop-de-doo.
Literally, like what you just said remind me of like that '70s show when like Katie has dreams of Eric talking about Don, and then she wakes up literally just saying slut. Just like slut. She just wakes up.
That's hilarious. We love that '70s show. So back to Mark. He shows up at Amber's place.
Amber. They were together at some point.
Yeah,
they were.
Mark's ex-girlfriend.
I was actually surprised to see her come back.
Me too.
I was like, oh, look, Amber.
Yeah, he doesn't forget.
He really doesn't. Yeah. He really didn't even have to do this whole section.
He did.
As I know. But he just did it for character. And I like that.
Yeah, character development.
Yeah. So Amber's back, called Mark for help to vent about something. She explains that her father died recently, and she's talking about this with her boyfriend. I want to say Gary. Yeah, Gary.
Yeah, the dude that was staring at her butt in the library when like they were dating at the time.
Exactly. Yeah. I remember Gary.
Gary.
Yeah,
that guy.
What a guy. Anyway, Gary punched her in the face and gave her a black eye, and it was horrendous. And Mark did what any gentleman would do, and thinks about murdering Gary.
Dude.
What?
He offered to kick his ass.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
He's like, where is he? I'll fucking kill him.
As you should. Don't punch people.
Honestly.
That's not okay, especially someone you love. That's not okay.
Or love.
Yes. And then Kid Omni-Man on patrol. I think he's in Philly, in New York,
he's in Philly, like New York, St. Louis. You know, he just went across the United States.
Exactly, patrolling, and he's being followed by this. Yeah, he's being followed by this red camera that we saw 3 issues back.
Yeah,
that was peeping on him, and then he sees this giant robot thing covered in spikes, and he's like, finally, something to fight.
It's true. Because
Robot Man,
the only way to be a hero is by punching stuff.
That is correct.
Word.
So he punches it with his feet. Obviously off to a bad start because you don't punch things with your feet. The Robot Man explains, I don't want to fight you, kid. I just need someone stronger. And then Oliver's like, I could be stronger. And the robot guy's like, bet? All right. Can you help me out with this thing? And back to Mark. Mark is dangling Gary over a skyscraper.
I love this.
Scaring the living shit out of this man. He is begging for his life. Mark is explaining, don't punch women. Women are queens, and you should be ashamed. And he is shitting himself. And and Mark threatens to murder him if he ever does anything like that again. So good on you, Mark.
Yep.
Sure.
Now once he's done with him, once Mark's done with this boy, he just flings him off, hits a concrete wall, and Gary calls someone after that. I think it was Amber.
I don't think so. It was a friend.
Yeah. And Mark flies off.
He was like, I don't know where I am. Find me, pick me up.
Please. I'm lost. I'm in somewhere I don't know. Robot Man fighting Oliver. Oliver's not doing great. Loki kind of losing. Mark heads back home. Mom nonchalantly being like, hey, your little brother is fighting this giant robot. You should probably go help him.
Because it happens.
Yeah.
Little brothers go out, they misbehave sometimes.
Yeah. And Mark's like, oh, that fucking little shit. I gotta help him out now. God damn it. And then, oh yeah, Mark came back looking for Eve, asked Mom about Eve. And she was like, "Yeah, go check on your brother." And then when Mark leaves, Mom's like, was Eve here? Christ, you dirty, dirty boy. Shame on you.
Can you not talk like that?
What?
Can you just stop talking after what you just said?
Me? After
Yeah.
his own
Okay.
mother saying, "You dirty, dirty little boy."
Yeah. The energy was a little off. I didn't like it.
Yeah, you're right. I'll be quiet.
Okay. I guess you have to finish the issue though. Still,
Yeah, no, you got it, Demoan.
just be quiet about it.
I'll be quiet while I'm doing it.
Thank you.
I'll be very respectful. Okay. Mark comes in, takes down Robot Man.
It's not in my house.
Yep, just straight up pile drives this man. Oliver explains, "Hey, he just need help getting out of that suit." And Mark's like, "What the fuck you mean getting out of this suit? Look at it! Look at this! What the fuck you did? Look at this! You idiot!" He yells at his little brother, goes to check up on Amber. Amber's like, "Oh my god, Mark, Gary apologized. It's great. I think we could work
so
it
bad
out."
for him.
I do too.
Mark?
No,
No,
Amber.
Amber? Yeah. She's just getting back with this guy. And she's, I guess, pretty happy. Possibly traumatized. I don't know. I really hope she breaks up with him. But
I hope so as well.
yeah. Mark flies off to Eve's house, knocks on the door, sees
Right. You
Mom.
have to explain.
Yeah. He asks, "Hey, is Eve home?" And Eve's mom replies, "Her name is Samantha. Eve's her middle name, bitch." And Mark's like, "Oh, is Samantha here?" Lets him inside. Eve being in an oddly sexual. Oh, you skipped it. Never mind. We'll skip that. Yeah. They have a nice little chit chat. Mark explains what happens. He flew off to see Amber. Explains that Gary's beating Amber and had to put a stop to it. And he's kind of thinking he lost his temper a little bit. He's starting to feel bad about it. But Amber consoles him, saying if she was in his shoes, she would have done the same thing.
Sometimes you just got to put the fear of God in him.
That is true. And they are gods.
You deserve it, honestly.
And we are
he
not.
did.
Yeah, 100%. We're all in consensus. He should have had his legs broken. But that's just me. I feel like a lot of things can be learned if your legs are broken, but that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, when you don't have legs, you really learn empathy.
Exactly. Thank you, Demoan.
No problem. I know what you meant.
Yeah. So they cuddle for a little bit. After cuddling, Mark heads back, apologizes to Oliver, explaining that he lost his temper a little bit, but he should have taken responsibility for him. He apologized for the whole training sesh, and he's planning to make it up. Oliver sees the ball that was following him the other day and tells Mark about it. Mark turns around, catches it, explodes in his hand, and he's like, "Oh, what the hell is this? Someone's watching us. God dang it."
It's true. Somebody was watching.
What is watching?
It's true. So ends 56. Thoughts?
I liked it.
I enjoyed it.
Very-
Whenever I get this flying ball, I get happy.
Word.
I
mean, I did not expect. I literally also forgot that Amber made an appearance, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's dope." And then that twist they were getting beat. I was like, "Oh shit!" I did not remember that at all. So that was another twist for me that I did not expect. And respect to Mark, even though he and Amber ended things, he still cares about it and does not want to see someone he cares about in that situation. So like that. I mean, if I saw my ex get beat up by her current boyfriend, I'd kill the motherfucker. So
honestly, only complaint, disappointed that Gary's legs aren't broken.
Okay, fair enough. I agree.
Really
I get that. Yeah, it makes sense to me.
I was really excited for him to get an ass whooping. He got off easy.
Some people deserve it, and it's real satisfying when they get it.
That is true. That is true. And break their kneecaps. They have time to think. about what they did. They're in a wheelchair.
And
yeah.
my only thing I did not like that I was like, oh come on, where like we don't see the aftermath of like the guy getting out of the suit with the help of Mark. It just
I didn't care.
I cared a lot. I was curious, like, who the fuck is this dude? Like, I wanted to know more about him.
It's my dad.
But yeah, it's good stuff. I mean, it's good stuff.
Who do you think was in the suit?
I honestly don't know.
Guess.
For instance, Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen. Yep, you got it.
Believe it or not, I think it was Jackie Robinson, famous baseball player.
Nice.
The dead one?
No.
but I also do feel bad for Amber because she's like, oh, like we work things out, Mark. It's fine, like because that's what they that's what they always say, you know.
It's sad, man. It's really sad.
It's so sad. So like, hopefully we get a follow up because I want her out of the. I want Amber out of the situation. She does not deserve it.
Yeah.
Nobody does, you know.
You already know that they're gonna do it again.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. Like if they say all's forgiven, but they're gonna do it again. It's just a matter of time.
Yep.
So good on you, Kirkman, for addressing that topic. It's a big problem. No one likes abuse.
No one does, and yeah.
Good for him. So any other thoughts?
Amber should have broke his kneecaps.
Amber should have.
Yes.
Okay.
It would have been more poetically justified.
It would have, yeah.
Yeah.
She punches him in the face, and she's like, yeah, now we match, bitch.
Poetic justice.
Yeah, but yeah, it's good stuff. I mean, good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Even the Oliver stuff is pretty good. I liked it.
That's an opinion you could have.
Oliver's an interesting character.
Yeah.
What?
Oliver's an interesting character that I like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a character.
Christian just doesn't like him because he's purple. He's just been racist the entire time.
That's a little racist.
Yeah, but like, he is a murderer, so.
You should have seen Christian last episode when Oliver killed the moms. He was like, I was right. He was a menace. I was like, dude, you're just hating him because of his race.
But I was, though. I had a bad feeling about him, and it ended up being right.
All right.
Purple people, am I right?
Purple people, bro. I can't trust them.
Don't feed this.
They're just too ashy, man.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was good stuff. This is I really enjoyed the Amber stuff. I really enjoyed that. It's good stuff. Yeah. But
57?
Yeah, anyway, so we're gonna talk about Demoan. You wanna talk about issue 57?
Issue 57. Here we go.
God damn.
So we see issue 57 and we look at the cover and Invincible's fighting this Wolf-Man, this werewolf guy.
A familiar Wolf-Man that we've talked about.
He's hitting him with a mean uppercut.
A mean Shoryuken, if you will.
It's true. A Shoryuken. But anyway, that's the gosh, I really do like this cover though.
It's dope.
It's good.
I'm different.
Okay, I'm sorry, I got distracted by the cover. But we open up at the base of, I guess, the team still.
They're the team formerly known as the team.
Yeah. Working title.
I'm just gonna say team for short. Mm-hmm. But anyway, he's there, and apparently Invincible decided it was a good idea to bring this recording device, at least the remains of it, to Robot to work on. But Robot's playing video games while doing this. And Invincible's like, do you need help? Do you want to help the robot? Like, are you good? And obviously Robot's like, well, if I help the robot, it would actually slow it down because I can get more precision with him than my own human body. And Mark is really understanding about it. Anyway, they talk. They talk some more. Oliver wants to start playing the video games with Monster Girl and Robot, so that's something. But Mark asks how they're doing. Like they split away, and he wants to know, hey, what's up with you guys? You guys doing good? And obviously, our boy Rex here is like, we've been doing well. We wanted to call ourselves the Global Guardians, just to stick it to Cecil. But they haven't actually had an official name yet. But anyway, Robot gets back to Mark. Definitely a surveillance device. And Mark's like, I know exactly who'd want to watch me. And of course, he ends up at the Pentagon, parking in the rear, of course.
Not through the ceiling.
Not the ceiling, but you know that's how Mark went. And he starts fighting the zombie robot people that we all know and love.
Reaniman, gotta love the Reaniman.
Reaniman. Cecil is very surprised at this. He goes to meet Mark, and Mark's like, "You've been spying on me. Stop that shit." And Cecil's like, "We haven't been. You know, someone was watching you. You don't know it was us."
Which is valid.
Also, side tangent, we don't know why we didn't do this earlier. We should have had a tally of how many times Cecil has used that teleporter, because he wastes $5 million of taxpayer money every time he uses it.
Oh yeah. Oh, we should have checked how much money he spent.
My favorite part is that no matter how much money it's going to be spent, it wouldn't surprise me, and I think that says a lot.
Word.
True.
But anyway, Cecil gets a call in the middle of discussion with Mark. It's like, hey, maybe you could get your boy Invincible there to help us with one mission, and in exchange, we'll help. And then we cut away to this werewolf beast man. He actually reminds me vaguely of Battle Beast.
Thank you.
He
looks exactly like him. I thought it was him the entire time until Mikey told me that it wasn't.
The thing is, my theory is that because in the Astounding Wolf-Man, it's Jason Howard that does the art, and essentially he's like, "Yo, like I want to do this Wolfman, like white Wolfman character. Let me do it." And he, like Ribbon's like, "Okay," but then he totally forgot that Battle Beast exists, and was like, "Shit."
Well,
this thing looks vaguely like Battle Beast to me.
It does. It's probably the dreads.
Yeah, probably. And anyway, he explains to this guy that, hey, you're going to get tested tonight. It's not going to be for me, but watch out. And of course, our friend here starts pulling stuff out of a backpack. It seems to be superhero spandex. And he transforms and put the spandex on. And he's like, hey, if I'm going to be playing superhero, the spandex really takes the edge off. It can help more people this way.
And then he transforms into the Wolfman that is astounding.
It's true. It's true. Yes, Christian?
It's just his comics suggest otherwise.
Demoan, question.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Astounding Wolfman's costume? Because I like it. Supposedly, Matt and Christian hate it just because they're haters. So
I enjoy the costume.
Have taste, Mikey.
I think the costume's kind of hilarious, honestly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Demoan. Thank you.
Hilarious in a good way or in a bad way?
There could definitely be a worse way.
Exactly.
Mikey, no, this isn't good. He's not helping you.
He's not helping you either.
It's a bad costume. It's a vest with pants on a wolf, on a fucking furry. It is what it is.
All right, moving on. Moving on.
Oh, sorry. I forgot I was doing this issue for half a second. I was looking at something.
It's cool. We get that, you're a busy man who doesn't really like us. It's fine. Continue.
No. It's not both of you. It's just you.
Understandable.
I'm sorry. I love you, Christian. Take that to heart.
Okay. It's all right.
I'll convince you someday, but first we'll get back to the story. So anyway, we cut back to we cut back to Mark, and he's like, I don't trust you. I don't really want to help you. And so Cecil's telling him, you're going to probably help anyway. And because I know you too well after you hear what this guy did. And then the agent's like, hey, well, you could probably get him for us in an afternoon. I failed. And Mark's like, yeah, but I still don't trust y'all. And then Cecil explains the situation, and eventually he gets Mark the offer to help. And luckily, Wolfman's out there and this giant Cyclops thing. They're fighting each other. The Cyclops just wants to be left alone, but it's not happening. He wanted to go home. He's not going to be the president, but he's too strong to be locked up. And eventually Mark comes, conks this dude out, this Cyclops, saves our boy Wolfman, and he looks Cyclops in the eye and is like, I can't let you run around, just give up. And he's like a child. He just does what Mark tells him to, and he just sits there and waits for people to come collect him. But anyway, Mark takes the Wolfman away, tries to bring him in, and then Wolfman runs away, of course, but he can't run away from Mark. It's just not possible. It's not something he can do, right?
Yeah.
Name 3 characters who run away from Mark.
My dad.
I can't name any.
True. I mean, there are almost definitely a lot, because really he lets people go a lot on accident, but I didn't know for sure.
Oh, that was a joke on the fact that.
And also, like, I just want to say that what's it called? Supposedly this kid, he's like this. Okay, this Cyclops is a kid that like went through a portal and then just became a Cyclops on the other side. So like they're trying to change him back. I don't know when this happened. I don't know if this happened in Invincible or if it happened in Wolfman. Because Mark seems to know this kid, this giant. So like, I don't know if it's happened in Invincible. I don't. If y'all can remember anything about a kid going through a portal, let me know.
Right. That makes sense. Hello.
Hello. Yeah. No. What's up?
Oh, I said that makes sense.
Yeah. No. We agree.
We just didn't want to talk.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But anyway, so Mark is catching this Wolfman, and he's explaining, I didn't do it. And he explains the truth. And Mark's like, well, you still come in with me. We'll try to get this sorted out. And so he brings him in, and Cecil's like, well, hand him over. And Mark's like, well, listen to him. You can listen to the insane guy who made the Reaniman. Why not listen to my boy here? And Cecil's like, well, he's too public. We can't do anything with him. So he's got to go to jail. Excuse me. And Mark's, of course, defending this dude because he's not a killer. But what he didn't realize is that he's in the White Room and the Reanimen are coming for his kneecaps. Also his elbows. And that's how the issue ends.
Wow.
Word.
Incredible.
And then it will be continued in Wolfman, Astounding Wolf-Man number 11, part 2.
The issue I didn't read.
Exactly. So, any thoughts on issue 57?
I like the Cyclops kid. He just wants to be president.
I'm wondering when that happened. Because, like, if Mark knows him, then it must have happened in Invincible at some point. Yeah.
I liked how at the end of this, there was a comic. What was it? There was an advertisement for a comic. It was for Savage Dragon, Back in Blue, featuring Barack Obama.
The Barack Obama?
Yes, President-elect.
Oh, yeah, I may have heard about this. Yeah, I heard about this.
What do you mean President-elect Barack Obama?
At the time, he was president-elect.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Now he's former President Barack Obama now.
He's still president in my heart.
That's not how that works.
Even though he sent a lot of Mexicans over the border. It's okay, I forgive him. Because I like him.
But I like this issue. This was cool. I mean, I honestly, like the Astounding Wolfman wasn't, when we read like the first, what was it, 5 issues, it wasn't that great, but I like him with Mark. He's better with Invincible when he shows up, when they team up, and I like this team up. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool stuff. The kid thing bothers me because I think that must have happened in Invincible, but I just don't remember that happening with the kid and going to a portal. But so I just got to do research on that to see when that happened. But yeah. Also, I don't know if Demoan mentioned, but like supposedly, like, the reason why Wolfman's on the run is because he supposedly murdered his wife.
And their little child saw.
Yeah, and then their kids and his daughter saw. So Gary is in a tough spot, but he obviously didn't do it because he says that Zechariah, aka Vampire Mentor, who was training him, killed his wife, and he saw it happen, and was just near the body, next to the body.
That's true.
Make it look like, so like it looks like he did it, but in reality he didn't.
Mm.
So
who has been there? Happens all the time.
Happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was a vampire. What did you expect?
Not murdering?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Last time we read the Astounding Wolf-Man, he literally fooled Gary into thinking he killed someone, but then actually turned out he had the superhero hostage and was gonna feed on him. Like, come on now.
Mm-hmm. Come on, son.
Come on, son. You know how these vampires do. You've watched Blade. But yeah, it was cool. So I really like this team up. It's a cool team up.
Yeah,
it's a fun one for sure.
It's a team up.
It's a good team up. It's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I like Wolfman in concept. He hasn't given me much to work with so far, though.
Yeah. So I mean, which is fine. I mean, you weren't there to cover that episode, so it's fine. You probably don't know much, but yeah, it was. I like him with Invincible, and that's all that matters.
Okay.
Cool.
That's good. Fair. Yeah. All right.
All right. Any other thoughts on issue 57?
No.
None.
No, I'm ready for some Wolfman.
Yo.
So
let's get hype.
Now we pick up with the Astounding Wolf-Man number 11, which is the continuation of Wolfman, the Astounding Wolf-Man versus Invincible Part 2.
Now, I'm gonna say this right now. The art style in this issue it's just off enough that it bothers me.
I mean, because we're so used to Otley, but this is Jason Howard. Yeah, but this is
we're seeing the same character in a different art style.
Word.
So it just feels weird.
Yeah, because so the Invincible, it's not bad at all.
It's just different.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, yeah, the Astounding Wolfman, for our audience, if you don't remember, this is Kirkman's other like spin-off series of in the Invincible universe, and it's written by him and drawn by Jason Howard. I just want to say real quick, I mean, because like Christian probably remembers what the book looked like, but like Jason Howard's art actually like improved a lot from like the first issue, because the art in the first couple issues were not that good.
Mm-hmm.
His art is more similar. He has more similar style to Otley's, but like not quite there. Obviously, like he has is a differentiation, but it's very similar in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but all right. So enough of that. So it picks up with where 57 of Invincible left off, and they're about the Wolfman, and Invincible about to fight in this white room against the Reanimate.
Mm-hmm.
And
so lame.
I'm sorry to cut in so fast, but I think the Wolfman in the second panel of this comic His first line is "I didn't kill my wife," and if you ask me, that's a suspicious phrase, and it makes
It's a
me
very
think
OJ type phrase. Gary sounded a little bit like OJ a little bit.
Yeah, if this was the first comic that you got into, I think your first thought would be like, "This Wolfman probably killed his wife." I don't trust him.
Oh my gosh!
But if you didn't kill your wife, normally that's not something you really have to say.
Exactly. Yeah. It's almost if you're trying to prove that you didn't kill your wife. Who's fighting you all that, right? Yeah.
I know I'm trying to kill his wife.
But essentially, yeah, Gary, they're about to fight the random men. Gary's telling Cecil, "Yo, I didn't kill my wife," and Cecil's like, "I don't give a crap. Tell that to a jury." So they start brawling, and I like how he asks Mark, "Yo, how tough are these things?" Like, yeah, they're pretty tough, but I think you'll manage. So they start scrapping up these random men, and then obviously Cecil reminds him, "Mark, this is like an impossible fight because I have a ton of random men in here." So yeah, so then Gary's like, "Yo, we gotta get out of here," and Mark, "Yep." So the only way's up. So they fly up in the ceiling and escape. Then while they're in the air, I love how Wolfman literally Mark's like grabbing him. He's like, "Yo, this is like awkward and uncomfortable, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've been told."
Ongoing joke.
Exactly. So then, while they're flying in midair, they're trying to figure out a game plan, and essentially Mark gets hit with something, and essentially they break off. And I love how he saves Wolfman. Like the moment they're both plummeting down into the ground, and then Mark decides to essentially go fly underneath Wolfman before he hits the ground and push him up so that he doesn't get that much damage. And I like that a lot. And then essentially we find out that the Guardians of the Globe has caught up with them. And obviously we see Immortal, Duplicate, Darkwing, African American Samson, and Shapes.
Can we talk about African American Samson's head really quick? Looks like a stud. The disrespect that they did to this man, it is insulting.
Oh my God. Yeah, some of the faces don't look right with the faraway shots. They just look very lazy.
It's the style of this book. Every character looks slightly off, and it's just enough to annoy you.
Yeah, Immortal's legs are a little bit lower and farther apart than they used to.
So long. Do you see Immortal's torso?
Yeah.
he has a Kylo Ren torso.
Yeah, he's as long as his legs.
He looks like a Stretch Armstrong. Remember those? Remember that toy?
Word.
Stretch Armstrong toy? Yeah.
Word.
His torso is longer than his legs.
Oh, you can't do that.
It's longer than his legs.
Oh no!
I don't know why they did my man's like this.
Honestly, yeah,
it's dirty.
But African Americans head looking like a nutsack. That's not okay.
The more I look at it, the more I get mad.
But anyway, essentially, Immortal tries to get to Mark's senses, being like, "Yo, what are you doing? You really think that Cecil wouldn't send us here? Like, come on, Mark, what you doing?" And he's like, "Listen," he's like, "Yo, Mark, protecting a murderer, that's not good. You're one to talk. You have a murderer right there on your team." And then literally Darkwing's like, "It's my past. It's my past. I'm good now. Leave me alone." I'm like, "Bro, you murdered people. Don't even talk."
Really trying to defend himself.
And then Cecil's just like, "Mark, that's not what it's about. Come on now. It's about you. You're making the mistake. Even though we clearly have a murderer on our team, you're the one making the mistake." Blah, blah, blah. And then, did we lose him? We'll join back. But anyway, so then essentially Mark and Wolfman essentially fight the Guardians of the Globe. And Mark takes Immortal because obviously Immortal's the strongest among them. Wolfman's holding his own pretty well. And then,
which is really impressive because Mark left him 4 other people to contend with.
Exactly. But then literally just like Mark is just like, holding his own against Immortal and Shapesmith, and then proceeds to just punch Immortal and just like throw him away, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, he just did that!" And he's like, "Yeah, boy, I'm stronger than you." And literally, like, what Mark tries to escape, Immortal's like, "Yep, nope, you're not getting away from me this time." And then this is I told Chris, this is my favorite part of this fight. Immortal's like, "Come on, Mark, we're the Guardians of the Globe. Like, you're just a kid. We're not threatened by you at all." And then while he's talking, Marcus grabs him by the face and just yeets him into the other members of the Guardians of the Globe, knocking them all out, and then proceeds to pull a Team Rocket and throw Immortal like
Blasting off again.
exactly. And it's just like, bruh. As
I love how stiff Immortal's body is, like just being flung around. Like his arms aren't like flailing around. He's not trying to grab his head. He's like, yeah, okay, I'll accept this.
It's the G-force. Mark's just swinging him too hard.
Oh, of course.
And as you can see, like in the second page, like Immortal's just a dot. Well, Mark's just smiling, like, yeah. I love this page because it's a clear reminder that, like, yo, he basically just said to Immortal, reminder, when y'all fuck up, she still has to call me to clean up your mess, so don't even talk. So essentially, like, they won, and it's like, yo, let's get out of here. So they start flying off, and essentially it's like, yo, Mark, I have a plan to, like, proving my murder, but I need to go talk to my daughter because I don't want her to think of me as a monster that killed her mother. So let's go to my house. So we go back to the Hampton estate, where essentially Mark, I find it weird that like Mark and Wolfman are just having a conversation like on the roof, like or like sort of like is it on the roof or like I don't know.
It's on a roof.
Yeah, on the roof, like outside of his daughter's room while like his daughter's sleeping. Like, and essentially, like you said, like, yo, like here's the thing though. Zachariah's still out there. He killed my wife. I saw him do it. I just need my revenge, but I need to talk to my daughter. But and it's like, okay, you know what, Mark? Like, I understand, but like, here's the thing though. Like, are you sure you want to do this? And it's like, yeah, I'm positive. And then we get a voice. We hear a voice, and it is Gary. I always say Alfred.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Gary. It's Alfred.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But his name is, I think, Dumford, who is Gary's butler and friend. And essentially, he hasn't seen Gary in a while, obviously, because Gary's on the run.
Which is the best part.
Word.
Dumford's
and he's out here in his robes because, like, he was asleep. And then essentially he's just saying, like, yo, like, listen, I didn't believe you killed your wife. I know you. We've known each other for years. I know you wouldn't do anything to hurt her. But like your daughter's been taking it really hard. And like I've tried. I didn't really want to be a dad, so like I'm not used to the whole dad thing. But like I've tried. I've given her some space. I tried like getting her to open up about this. But like she's just very angry all the time, and like it would be best if you just talk to her. And then literally, like, he just says, again, restating that, like, Dumford, I'm gonna go and kill Zachariah. That's my goal right now. Like, I have to, like, he murdered my wife, and like, I have to basically go and clear my name. And he's like, yeah, word, I'll support you in any way, and I'll take care of Chloe, who's his daughter. And Mark's just like, here's the thing though. And Mark's like, hey, we're good. He's like, we're good. And he's like, I need you to do me one more favor. He's like, well, I need you to get me out of here. So then they fly off, and essentially we see the Battle Beast knockoff Wolfman essentially show up and being like, hey, who's that? And he's like, and he basically was like, yeah, he's someone that I thought I wouldn't have. I might haven't had in like a while. It's like, what? A friend. And essentially, yeah, like him and Invincible are homies now. And this dude is the guy who it's revealed that this is the guy who turned Gary into a werewolf. He bit him. So yeah. So then it transitions back to the Pentagon again, and essentially it's just like, yo, it cuts back to Cecil and the Agent Hunter, and it's like, yo, we got him on surveillance. Like, what are your next steps? And then Cecil's like, you know what, stand by for instructions. He's like, I'm just gonna watch him, and we'll just see if he proves he's gonna be useful to me, and then it just ends. So yeah, that's any thoughts on the Astounding Wolf-Man number 11?
I'm not gonna call it astounding. It was a Wolfman comic for sure.
Word.
I overall I enjoyed it. I definitely liked the Invincible comics issues better though.
Yeah, but I mean, I thought it was cool. It was cool.
It's a fun one.
It's fun. I mean,
I just
Immortal
Wolf guy.
was definitely the highlight out of
Yeah.
all of it.
Immortal trying to step up and then get get a reminder why Invincible's the better hero than him.
Yeah, put in his place. Oh, Immortal.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just good. It's a fun issue. I mean, it's not the best. I mean, obviously the Invincible issue creating this one is a lot better, but you know, it's a fun issue.
I think so.
Yeah. Christian, any thoughts?
No thoughts. Head empty.
Head empty?
Head empty.
Yeah, this is the last we're gonna get like on this for any episode of the Astounding Wolfman. If we ever want to do any more, they'll just be bonus episodes. But as of now, we're kind of done with that character. I believe. But yeah. So no more thoughts.
I'm happy it's over.
But as of now, we're kind of. But all right. But anyway, issue 58.
Oh my god!
I love this cover a lot. It's a dope cover.
Yeah.
It's very cute. And essentially, issue 58 picks up with Oliver and Mark flying together. And I love how essentially basically it's like, yo, like they're just finishing a training session. It's like, oh wow, Oliver, you got pretty close. You almost got to me, but like, you're still not there yet. And it's like, it's like, and Oliver's like, you know what? I'm gonna be faster than you. Just watch. And he's like, you can try. So then essentially Mark rushes down to the ground and they go to a familiar hot dog stand where, which is the same place where Omni-Man took Mark to eat after their training sessions. And I think it's very cute. I liked it a lot.
I also think that's adorable.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like a little tradition, even though Omni-Man beat the shit out of his son, but it's fine.
Right under the bridge.
Yeah. But anyway, while they're getting something to eat, we cut to Stronghold Penitentiary, and we just see Eve
looking hot,
looking like a baddie,
like a snack.
in a suit and a briefcase and glasses, walking out of the prison, and then literally is just like, what a horrible place. The things I do for Mark, and she just pretends to go to her car and just flies off, and in costume. So we're gonna see what this is all about. It's looking a little sus, but I don't think not negatively sus. So it transitions back to the teen team, or the group formerly known as the teen team, in their headquarters. And they're essentially, Rex is still talking about, yo, we're gonna call ourselves the Global Guardians. Just let it happen. It's a great name. And literally, like, they're just having an argument about that.
Everyone else says no. Everyone else doesn't like the name.
No one likes the name except for Rex. And then
it's a bad name.
Yeah, like Rudy pitches in and is just like, yeah, no. Bulletproof is like, I don't like it either, fam. But then all we just see is, and literally like Rex is like, come on, you're not the one making names, Bulletproof. I'm the one doing all the work. Get on it. But then Amanda, aka Monster Girl, just storms off and is like, who cares? We don't even need a name anyway. And she's upset. And essentially, like, Rudy goes to her to ask her what's wrong. And she essentially is like, dude, why are we talking about names and stuff? Like, you said you'd fix me. Like you said you cure my condition. I'm every time I use my powers, I'm still de-aging. And like, come on, Rudy, like you promised me. And then literally he's like, wait, hold on. Like, I actually did find something for you. I just wanted to surprise you. I was gonna wait till tomorrow, but I mean, if you're so adamant about it, yeah, we'll get to it. And they share a little hug, and she's just like saying, thank you so much." Like, I thought it was cute. I yeah,
That's sweet.
I like the reminder, like like they're having that,
Well,
like
they're
Monster and
people.
Rudy are having a relationship.
Like they're
That-
not just superheroes; they're people.
Exactly.
That's my favorite couple out of all of the couples.
Really?
Whoa, word?
Yeah,
No,
I like it. It's super cute.
yeah, more than Mark and Eve.
Yes. I don't.
Wow.
I'll be honest. I don't give two shits about Eve. I really don't. She's
I don't believe.
attractive, but
I don't
she's
believe
just-
you.
Alan and his wife or girlfriend. Alan and his girlfriend.
Alan and his girlfriend. Ooh, that's a good one. I do like that one too. Second, strong third, Mark and Eve.
But then after that stuff happens, it transitions a little bit to Immortal and Duplicate are going house shopping. They walk into a house, getting a house tour from a real estate agent, and Kate it loves this big ass mansion. But Immortal like, do we really need like this space? It's a lot. Like I mean, like I know we could afford it, but like, is it necessary? And he's like, of course it's necessary because like, what are we? How we need a big space for like where our kids are gonna go play? He's like, what kids? The fuck?
That's what duplicate does. Duplicate. Get it? With children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
will they automatically uh, inherit the power to duplicate themselves? Do you think? Because
I
that's
don't know.
honestly, that sounds like hell.
That
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. Oh God, imagine. Jesus.
But then after that funny scenario, it transitions back to Mark and Mark and Oliver, going back home. Oliver decides to ram into the roof because he forgets he's still in training, so he forgets to slow down while he's trying to land. And then we just see Eve or at Eve. Oh, actually, no, wait. Are they at Eve's house? No, they're at where the
They're
fuck are
They're
they?
at Mark's house.
They're at Mark's house. But so then, why is she already like in the room?
why would she not be?
That's true. But
She doesn't have respect for boundaries.
yeah.
Yeah.
But essentially, it's like she's like, "Hello, like, hey, Mark, like, can we have a date tonight?" And he's like, "Oh shit, I forgot. Oh, sorry, like, I'm gonna change. Like, it doesn't matter. We can just fight crime together. It's all good." So she gets changed. So then it transitions back. I love this. It transitions back to Christian's favorite character, the what's his name, Lathan, who is now the new Ocarus, because in the first 8 issues, he was the one who was secretly in love with Ocarus's former spouse and proved his love to her and is now the new king of Atlantis. And clearly, as you can see here, he is enjoying every minute.
Because why wouldn't he?
Exactly.
I wouldn't have this any other way.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And it's just, and I love how it is like, it's like Lathan, known as Ocarus, newly appointed ruler of Atlantis, sits lording over his kingdom, ready to spring into action at any moment's notice. The entire ocean is under his rule. It's a heavy burden to bear, and he's just bored as shit and gets slapped by a fish. It's great. But anyway, after that, Mark and Eve are just like, so what Mark's asking him, like, yo, what are we planning on doing? And he's like, like a movie, dinner, all that, like, there's a place that let you paint pottery. He's like, no, I don't want to fucking paint pottery. But essentially it's like, I meant about like, about us being together. And it's like, you're living with your parents, I'm living with my mom, like we can't just like sneak around and like, have sex. And like we need our own place. And Eve's like, I'm taking care of it. And she's like, it's like, it's a surprise. Don't worry about it. So it transitions back to a villain that I totally forgot about.
Kill Cannon.
Our
Kill Cannon.
our boy Kill Cannon, who we haven't seen since Invincible presents Adam Eve.
Eve's mortal enemy.
So I think this qualifies him to be Eve's arch nemesis, right?
Of course.
That's what she says because
Yeah.
she's been fighting him since he was a kid.
I guess he's my nemesis.
Exactly. But then essentially he goes into a monologue and she's like, yeah, it's Kilcannon. I fought him since I was a kid. He's kind of my nemesis, I guess. And then essentially Mark just goes down and just punches him in the face. He's out. And literally it's just like, he's like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, but what are we doing here? And he's like, oh yeah, don't worry. I kind of set him up for you. I'll explain. And he's like, come on, Eve. Like, I like it is like it like I know when you're lying. Like, just tell me what it is. And he's like, essentially, okay, fine, it's fine. Just follow me to my parents' house. It's gonna be a surprise, you asshole. But anyway, it transitions back to Art's costume shop where we see Shapesmith, and Shapesmith eventually is talking to Art about a new costume that he wants to make because essentially his outfit, even though his persona is human, his costume is essentially a copy of Martian attire. And he's just like, he thinks it's kind of disrespectful, it's inappropriate. He's like, I suppose, but like, you're a shapeshifter. I can't really like make a costume that will bend with your shape because you're a fucking shapeshifter. That kind of like defeats the purpose of me making a costume. And it's kind of beyond my design, And it's like, don't worry, I can come up with that. And then essentially he looks at the design that Art made and essentially has a new costume. And I like it a lot. It's a good costume.
That's really funny.
You're right.
Yeah, and then
artists.
Yeah, and then Art is just like, you're not gonna pay me, are you? And he's just like, oh no, thanks for your help. And he's like, God damn it, I just want to make money. I'm trying to make a living.
I love how many cutaways there are in this issue.
What'd you say?
I love how many cutaways there are in this issue.
You do?
Yeah.
The one-page cutaways.
But
that's nice.
Yeah, but he has a cool costume now, so it's dope. And then essentially it transitions back to the Gardens of the Globe in Utah, and it's just a conversation between African American Samson and Darkwing. And after the whole fight with Invincible and Wolf-Man, he is actually like resenting joining the Gardens of the Globe because he actually did kill people, and like African American Samson's trying to reason with him, being like, dude, like, we know you, like, Midnight City is a crappy fucking place, so it makes sense that you would kill people. And he's just like, listen, like, I know, like, you think that like we're just taking it easy on you because of like your relation to Darkwing, but like, listen, we saw you walk around these halls as Night Boy, and now you're Darkwing now, and you deserve that title. And it basically like he cheers him up with that, and I thought it was kind of cool. And essentially transitions back to Mark and Eve, and he's gonna tell Mark like what the surprise is, and she shows him a phone, and he's like, "So you bought me a phone? That's a surprise." And he's like, "Yes and no. See, what I did was I went to the prison, and I essentially made you a private contractor with the prisons. So now you're basically you're a private security firm now." And this phone is eventually like a direct line to these companies calling you if anything like happens, and like a super attack. Either it's the prisons, factories, etc. And Mark's like, I don't know about this. Like, it's not kind of grimy, but like, listen, they're gonna pay us. Listen, you always want to look for things to do, so it saves time on patrolling, and plus they're gonna pay us a lot of money to do this. I'm calling it Invincible Incorporated, and it's gonna be run by yours truly. And he's like, okay, like I can dig it. And he's like, but like, is this an actual cell phone? He's like, nah, like it is a cell phone. Had a robot made it. Like it isn't really like under a service company at all, but it uses other satellites, so like you can basically use it anywhere you want. And he's like, you know what? Okay, let's do this. And listen, they're gonna start us off with 6 figures, and we could probably save up for a house in like the next like 4 months. And like it's like 4 months, word. And so and I think this is, I don't know what your thoughts on this, guys, but I think it's a very interesting way for superhero right now. I think it's cool. So like him being a private security firm, that's how he gets his fight villains. It's smart. So good on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it transitions back to the Grayson house, and essentially Oliver is studying with his tutor, and essentially he is talking to her basically giving her a recap. It's like, oh, like, where's your mom? I don't really see her. Oh yeah, she's with her boyfriend now because supposedly someone's washing the house and it's just not dangerous to be here, so she's just staying at her boyfriend's house for right now. And she's just talking to him about how Oliver's a great student, probably the best student she's ever had, and it's basically like, she questions why, like, if Cecil knows about this, and he's like, listen, I don't work for Cecil. I just like, I can do whatever I want. So I'm teaching you just because I want to help you, you know? And plus I want to like grow with you and like see you. You're gonna be learning me pretty soon. So like it's gonna be a great experience. And like Oliver's just saying, like, I appreciate having you in my life. And she's like, yeah, word, it's lovely.
Can I just say that every single time that teacher's there, she always takes the time to be like, "You're gonna be teaching us more stuff one day."
It's true.
Every time, and it pisses me off, man. I was
Really?
like, yes, I get it. He's smart. Shut the fuck up. Say it in a different way.
Yeah,
Like,
it's weird.
yeah, like look back, and every time she's there, she's always like, "Oh yeah, he's smart. He's gonna be teaching us stuff one day."
Yeah. But I think it's a sweet moment between the two. Even though, yeah, you're right. Like it is
Definitely.
rehashed a lot.
Yeah, it is sweet.
So like actually showing that like Oliver actually has some humanity in him. A little bit.
I just think she's gonna be the one that he doesn't kill when he takes over the world.
I don't like that.
That's my opinion.
But anyway, Mark arrives home. And obviously, Angstrom's camera is watching him again. He notices it and then it proceeds to catch it. He's like, you're not getting away this time. Grabs it, checks to see if it's all right, but then it exploded anyway. He's like, God damn it. And then this part actually shocked me. Transitions back to the apartment of Russ Livingston, the real one. And his landlord is like, yo, you didn't pay money. I need money. I need rent. What are you doing? You owe me money. I will evict you. This is the final notice you're getting. And as a clear reminder, Russ is still in control by the sequids, the alien calamari. And it just pans into him, and you see his dark black eyes with all the sequids around him, and he's just saying, soon. So
now
yep.
I have a better name.
What?
It's Cosmic Calamari.
Got it.
Oh, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd eat that.
Thank you. So Cosmic Calamari.
But after that, what is
doing? Do you need something?
Demo?
Mo's trying to be a disrespectful.
No, fuck up. We're doing a podcast.
Mo,
what do you want?
Leave.
Fuck you.
Leave.
No, get back here. Get back here. No, get back here. Get back here. Tell us what you want. No, stop crying. Stop crying and spit it out. No, get back here.
Probably like half an hour. I love you. Bye. I'm sorry,
Mo.
My child came in and asked if I wanted to watch 8 Crazy Nights with them because it's the first night of Hanukkah. They're not Jewish, but
why is everyone so obsessed with 8 Crazy? It's a great movie. It's a great movie, but like, come on.
Anyway, I love that, but we love you, Mo. Sorry for yelling at you.
Oh yeah, I love you, Mo. I couldn't hear what you were saying through your tears, but I knew it would have been great.
They wanted to know if I wanted to watch 8 Crazy Nights with them.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
But
we gotta wrap it up so you could do it then.
Word. Transitions back to
Monster
Amanda
Girl.
and Monster Girl and Rudy. And essentially he's been saying like, hey, I made this belt for you because I figured out your problem. The problem is every time you transform, your monster form is destroying cells. And every time you transform back, it's just like your body doesn't it doesn't get a chance to reproduce the cells that it's lost. So therefore you're just you're de-aging. Essentially, like she's just killing herself every time she transforms. Essentially. So essentially, like it's just like your cells are forgetting how to rebuild themselves after you transform. So therefore, I made this belt. It's going to every time you transform, it's gonna store your previous cells in a millisecond. Every time you transform and store them. So then when you transform back into a human form, it'll remember, it will have those cells stored and act like a data bank. So then your body can like absorb those previous cells that it's lost. Therefore, you'll start aging like normal again.
It's
But
true.
he has to make sure that the belt is on her at all times when she transforms. So she tries it on. She transforms, and she's like, "Is the belt still here?" Yeah, it's designed to not go away when you transform. She transforms back, says it feels weird, and it's just like, I feel different, and like, but like, like, I don't think I can feel myself growing, of course, but like, I just feel different. So I think it worked. And he's like, yeah, of course it did. And she's just like, hey, thanks. Like, I
I
really appreciate this,
love Robot.
dude. Robot's great. He really cares about this girl.
I love
He
Kunin.
comes in the clutch. This is why this is the cutest relationship in the comic book series.
Damn, they don't even rank your top 3 apparently.
What do you mean? They're number 1.
They're number 1. I thought there was another group.
Yeah, it was the first, then Alan the alien, his girlfriend, and then Mark and what's her face? Eve.
Eve. That's true.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I tried to call your bluff. That's on me.
Bro.
Well,
I'm always ready
anyway,
for this.
Mark then intrudes, and it's just like, hey, Rudy's like, I finished my analysis on that camera, and essentially, like, there's nothing, like, we don't know who's behind it, of course, I'm sorry, and like, I can't really tell, but like, yeah, this thing's pretty fucking advanced. And he's like, yeah, like, this is whoever made it, who's watching you, just stay alert, because this orb, that if this the thing that belongs, the orb that belongs to this person is probably going to be a big threat, because he's obviously, the tech's very advanced. So just be careful and just stay vigilant.
Right.
Then, oh god, I can't. Oh, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. Let me get that's my comics explained impression.
You got
So
it.
so we get these various panels, and they're just panels of these different versions of Mark, and like, so we're just like, what?
Now, this is a question.
Yeah.
What's your favorite version that's drawn here?
I love the one in the top right corner, just with the full mask.
Second row, first column.
Second row, first column.
Look at that shit sniffing face.
So let's
love the third row, second column.
Yeah, let's see what we got here. Let's analyze real quick, all right? So we got this Mark in the first. So first Mark up right up here. No cowl, just goggles. So like, I thought that was funny.
But the thing is, he has a lower half mask though.
How does that work?
You see it on the sides where his sideburns are.
Oh shit!
They're supported by sideburns. Ah, yes, of course.
So then we got Mark with the head with so it's a black costume with no hair chopped off. We got Mark with no mask, full mask Mark.
That one looks dope. I will admit.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
Viltrumite Mark, so it's a lot like Nolan in this one. I love that one a lot too. Mark with the same suit, or different interesting suit, but like the crappy mask that he wore as his proto costume in issue 1. Mark that has more of the colors with his dad. Mark just wearing a regular Viltrumite outfit. Mark wearing the bulletproof costume.
True.
So his original costume that Art gave him. Another Mark with no mask but with goggles.
This one's, I don't know why I like that one a lot, because I like the collar he has.
Word,
that's a good intro. And the hair.
Mark wearing a white like leotard, but with a burned fucking face and black goggles.
Burn ward Mark.
It's ugly. The one who caught the ugly.
Mark wearing just the mask with no. I kind of like that look from Mark. It's like a typical like Nightwing like cowl type, cowl type look. I like that one.
What you're saying? No, it makes sense.
Yeah. Mark wearing this tech suit.
Tech jacket.
Mohawk Mark.
Mohawk Mark. Mark with some locks. And finally, this mark, with I love like just the black and yellow. I like it a lot, and has like and this one has a cape.
Bumblebee mark.
Bumblebee mark. Yes.
And then after seeing all of these marks and being hella confused as the reader, we see our boy Angstrom Levi Jeans
Angstrom Levi.
to all
Angstrom Levi
saying
Jeans.
all of these marks in all these versions of Invincible. It's a start, and that's the end of issue 58, boys.
The highlight was seeing all the different types of marks.
It's just Ryan Ollie playing with the costume, and I loved it.
Yeah.
It's so much fun to watch that.
Yeah. So, any thoughts on issue 58, people?
Oh, really?
It's great. It's my favorite issue out of all of them.
Oh, that's heavy praise.
That's saying a lot, man.
Kind of see it.
Just because of these last two pages, they were like, yes.
We got the cute date. We got to see Fishman again.
Yeah. We got to see the teen team argue. We got to see Monster Girl finally be cured of her problem.
Monster Girl's cured! Yay!
Yeah, finally. It only took 58 issues for that to happen.
We got another update on the Cosmic Calamari.
Cosmic Calamari and Roy Livingston. And then now Mark actually like can make money being a superhero now with Invincible Incorporated. Thanks to Eve. So
this is what it's like having a smart girlfriend.
Exactly. And I mean, and then Shape Smith gets a cool. I like this costume a lot more than I like the last one for Shape Smith. It's very like Silver Age, Golden Age. But yeah, it's a good stuff. But these last two pages, I was like, it's a wrap. Cut the check. Cut the damn check. You know. So
no, you're right. Cut it. Slice it up.
So, yeah, obviously this is important, people. So yeah, keep a lookout.
Yep.
Any other thoughts?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, it was just a whole bunch of short stories. Nothing really to say.
Yeah. All right then. So finally, we're gonna talk about issue 59.
Okay, that's another me issue, guys. So we open up with a pretty sick cover. Lightning Hands McGee is
Lightning McQueen.
What?
Lightning McQueen.
You know what? Yeah, Lightning McQueen.
Yeah.
Facing off against Invincible, and that's it. And we pop open, and this guy is absolutely pissed. His name is Powerplex, and he says, "Invincible, you're gonna pay for your crimes against humanity."
I'm sorry. What's his name, Demoan?
Powerplex. I'm sorry, Lightning McQueen.
There we go. Yep.
Lightning McQueen.
There you go.
And he's like, but then we pan out and we see he's actually in his living room talking to his wife and child. And they're being very supportive of him because they want him to kill Invincible too, because Invincible in his fight with Omni-Man got this man's sister killed, and they could even find the remains of the body.
That was rough.
Yeah, rough. But anyway, this guy works at the Pentagon, and he's in his lab, and that's where the Flash is, and he's told, hey, this special stuff is being stolen, like biotherm discs, and it's being stolen, and we don't know what's happening, but they're supposed to be able to trap like heat and energy in your body so it can be channeled back out. And it basically is an explanation of his powers, and we're explaining that he's the one stealing all the stuff for it. But anyway, we pan next to him fighting actually Shapesmith. Really, he beat Shapesmith with his lightning powers, and he's like, these people are too weak. I need Invincible. Why are they not sending me Invincible? I want Invincible. And then we get back to home. Oh, what?
Wait, I just want to say I love how Shapesmith just turned himself into Invincible and is like, is that better?
And the answer was no, and I get it. It's I think he's a villain for sure.
Word.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, apparently he went out without telling his wife he was going out first, because she's upset that she didn't tell him, because he's like, what if you did find him? He would have killed you. But he's explaining that, hey, well, actually, we had to move things up because work is getting on me and they're going to find out what I'm doing and I'm going to get in trouble and I'm so sorry. And the wife's like, no, I get it. I want you to do this. I want you to be happy. We're doing this for Jessica. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, he gets so mad. And he's like, they haven't found what's left of my sister because, like, they're talking about Jessica, his sister. And he's so upset. And she's like, you got to stop. You're scaring the kid. And also, his face when he's screaming at this child is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. You see it, right?
Yeah, I see it.
He's just like, oh.
His eyes are like slightly up.
It's just an insane face. I don't know what. Anyway, he vows he's going to find Invincible no matter what. So he goes out again. This time he gets the team, or the team formerly known as the team. But he kicks their ass. Rexplode doesn't get this guy's bit and throws an explosion at him and just makes him more powerful.
Yeah, because he absorbs energy.
Yeah, but again, he ends up, we don't see the end of this fight. We can assume he at the very least got away, probably won. But he goes home and he's like, I can't find him. There are too many superheroes. I just want Invincible. And the wife's like, you're upsetting your son. And he's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't want to scare you, kid. I just want him. I just want to kill this guy. And the wife's like, okay, no, it's okay. And she's enabling him so much. She's like,
way too
go ahead, you're this world famous superhero. I completely support you. And I think that's just absurd.
Listen,
right?
It's a happy marriage.
Yeah, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's called supporting your partner, Demoan.
I mean, sure, I guess, but like, I don't know. But anyway, they're talking again, and he's like, and the wife's like, hey, we can do. I will help you. I want to get Invincible dead too, and I want you to kill him, and I'll do anything to support you. And the guy's like, well, I do have one idea, but it would endanger both you and my child, just so I could kill this man who got my sister killed on accident.
Well, he doesn't think it's an accident. He thinks it was on purpose.
Yeah, he thinks it was targeted.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, he's upset that there were no repercussions.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, his plan is to, quote unquote, abduct his own wife and child. And he's tied them up, and he's basically sent a message out to Invincible that he's the only one that can save them. And Invincible comes through, and he's like, hey, do you remember this name? And Invincible is like, I don't know that name. And he's like, she was an office assistant. She was working her way through college. You and your dad tore up her building and killed her during your little fight. And Invincible's like, a lot of people died in that fight, not just your sister, and I'm sorry about that. And yeah, that's that. So he's having that conversation, and the guy lashes out, and they start fighting. It's a big fight. Apparently, Invincible's punches are actually giving this guy more energy too. So they're making him stronger. So it's kinetic energy too, which is real cool, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he's kind of like, what is it? Sebastian Shaw from the X-Men, right?
Basically.
Vaguely.
Yeah.
He's like a technology version of Shaw, basically.
No, he actually like has powers. That's like his power. But like,
that is. I thought it just amplifies the things he was stealing.
Yeah. Those things he stole just amplify his powers. Just give him more control.
That makes sense. I wasn't sure about that. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, thank you for clearing that up. So yeah, he's just technology enhanced Sebastian Shaw then. But anyway, Invincible's like, well, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna get you two out of here, and that's it. And so Invincible unties them, and she spits in his face. And the dude comes over, kicks him, and is like, "Don't touch her. That's not for you." Anyway, he does some punches to Invincible, gets him on his knees, and then he grabs him by the head, like, you're never going to hurt anyone ever again. And he's like, I'm going to kill you, die, for everything you've done, for all the pain you've caused, die. So he shocks Invincible in the head. But the current is so strong that it goes to the floor, hits his family, and they are charred motherfuckers afterward.
Dude.
Very much dead. He's killed his wife and child, all to avenge his sister.
And the fact
He
that
didn't win again.
and the fact that like this scene where like this scene where like he's like literally like seems to like might actually like kill Invincible and she's smiling and that's the last thing she does. And then she dies. And I'm just like, yo, like what the fuck?
It's really crazy.
Yeah. And her son too. Like, Jesus Christ.
It's off, and then he's like, he's blaming Invincible, saying, "You made me kill my family." And Invincible's like, I'm not gonna fight you. I'm just gonna hold you until you run out of energy because I know you can't do anything to hurt me. So he does that, and then this guy goes into shock about how his family's dead, and Invincible brings him to a prison facility, and he's locked up real tight. He can't move at all. And we find out when he calls Invincible, he's like, I'm not done with you, motherfucker. I am going to hunt you down as soon as I get out of this prison, and I will still kill you for what you've done. And I think this man is clearly a man who has lost everything, and how he's clinging to the one thing that he was looking for that made him lose everything.
Revenge.
And honestly, I think the worst thing that could happen to him is he actually kills Invincible.
Do you think he could have done it?
I don't think he could have, but like I think for his own mental health, I think killing Invincible would have made everything worse for him because he would have realized my sister's still dead and I've killed a man.
You're right.
The only things that have happened.
And his wife and son were collateral damage.
Yeah, and he didn't even kill the man.
Yeah.
Still obsessed with killing the man because that's the last thing he was about when everything was alive and he was sort of happy. That's how this issue ends. He's just like, I'll kill you. It doesn't matter what happens. I'll find a way. I will kill you.
It's just, like, this issue is just like Kirkman just setting up this guy to be a potential like big villain later on.
Or at the very least, a Crossroads villain.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think he does play into the event. Actually, for the next arc. Actually, so that's why he set him up. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So, any thoughts on issue 59? It's a good. I love that. It's a good issue.
I think you're right. That 58 is my favorite issue, though. I think you're right to have that opinion.
It's so rare to have a villain that also is very human.
Word.
Like, this guy, he has a wife, he has a kid, he cares about them, he has a job. He goes to his home and just vents to his family about his arch enemy. It's great.
Yeah. And the thing is, he wasn't actually he didn't actually want to hurt anyone. He just wanted Invincible, and that was it.
Yeah. Like, but he did, so he was kind of
the people that he like killed were his family, and like that was it.
He didn't.
That makes it okay.
He did 2 slaughters.
As long as it's your own family, that's fine.
Yes.
Like, who's gonna be mad? The family?
Go around other people's families.
Yeah, that's where it's messed up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this issue was good. I mean, we'll see what Powerplex entails later. So
you mean Lightning McQueen?
Lightning McQueen, my fault.
Lightning McQueen.
Lightning McQueen.
Lightning McQueen.
But so is that it for issue 59?
That's all I have.
Any final thoughts on volume 11 as a whole?
I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't a bad volume. The Wolfman stuff was interesting. We got to see Alan the Alien, always a plus. What else? Adam and Eve are now working business. They're business partners. I think that's cool.
Yeah, and their relationship is blossoming.
Yeah, and they're gonna get their own place in 4 months. That's really cool.
I liked this. I really liked this arc. This was a good arc. Yeah, I mean, I love seeing just more of like Mark and Eve's relationship just growing, and I love that a lot. more Allen and Allen. Allen is great, of course. Battle Beast coming in clutch out of nowhere. That was great as well.
We haven't seen him in so long, and I'm so
Literally,
happy.
the last time we saw him was issue 19.
Insane.
Damn, it's been a
Dude.
while.
Yeah, word. So, as a reminder, when things go in portals, they come back. I mean, my favorite issue is 58, just at the end with Angstrom, Levi Jeans, and all those versions of Invincible. So, implying to us what the event is going to be.
I was just really looking forward to Alan, the alien breakout of prison.
Word.
I was super excited for that.
Word.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell Matt about this episode. He's going to be so jealous.
Word. He
Matt-
actually will be upset.
Matt texted me actually, and he says when I texted him about me being sad that he ruined my Hanukkah, he said, "Dear Christian, I sincerely sorry for ruining your Hanukkah. I'll do better next year. I know how important this holiday is to you." Which means we're gonna see him next year.
Wait, how many nights is Hanukkah again?
What?
How many nights is Hanukkah again?
8.
Hey,
Does
Like like the movie Eight Crazy Nights.
Are we gonna potentially see him on the last day of Hanukkah?
Does he have a chance?
maybe.
I mean, either or. Like he could wait till the end of the month to do another one with us, and it'll be next year technically.
I mean, he could also do one next year, but like it would
Yeah.
still be Hanukkah if he does it this next one.
That's
Yeah.
true. It'll be a Hanukkah miracle.
Honestly.
I'll forgive you.
But yeah, this was a good. I really like this. Was a lot. It was just obviously as we've said before, it's just more. Let me not. It's just more of this. It's just more. It's more of this. More seasoning. More cooking. So yeah, man. Yeah, but yeah, that's. I thought it was good. That's it's just a lead up to the event. That's pretty much it. Yeah. So, any more final thoughts before we announce what the next episode's gonna be?
I'm sleepy.
You're sleepy?
Yeah.
Coward.
My final thought.
Coward.
I got an exam tomorrow. I gotta sleep.
Okay.
My final thought is I'm excited for what's coming next. Very much.
Me too.
Yeah, damn right. So, people, it's about that time. Congratulations to us because we're on our 14th episode. We've done 59 issues of Invincible. So yay for us.
Woo!
It's about that time where, we're on the Age of War chapter of Invincible. So issue 60 to 65 is coming up. And that volume is called, let me pull up the spreadsheet. It is called Still Standing. Still have not seen that sitcom either, but I know that song. And well, we're not gonna call it this. We're not gonna call it by that fucking name, people. We're gonna call it by what the event name is called. So issue 60 to 65 is our very first event, known only as the Invincible War.
Woo! Do you know why it's called the Invincible War?
Because people die.
Because we're gonna find out.
Okay.
But yeah, guys, this is our first event. I'm extremely excited. It's my favorite event as well. So I've been waiting for this ever since we started Invincible 2 years ago. So
We really did start it 2 years ago, didn't we?
yeah. We're not even, we're close to halfway, but we're not halfway there yet. So we're gonna see the importance of this page next week. So stay tuned. The Invincible War, can't wait. Christian, do you wanna close us out?
I would love to. In the heart of the season, make sure you stay safe with some fun Hanukkah activities. Practice your Hebrew. Make some dreidels. collect some candles for your menorah. Make a Hanukkah plate date kit like the one Wilkenfeld has used with her children. Create a menorah out of cardboard tubes. Build a Lego menorah. I'm reading off of a list of Hanukkah things, and most of them are just a menorah. I don't think a Jewish person made this article. Stay safe, wear a mask, and don't open doors with your mouth.
And to quote the Blur Without Fear, wash your damn hands. Be on the lookout for next week where we do the Invincible War and maybe the Science Dog special as well. Who knows?
Dog. Woo woo. Dog.
All right. Peace, y'all.
Get home